Hi everyone, my name is Amanda and I am Tiny Turd's mom. This is Charles over here. I had posted something of Tiny Turd the other day, or Charlie, and had asked if people were interested in trying to figure out how to home groom. And I got a really good response. So here it is. I just want to say I am not a professional groomer, and I've only been grooming Charlie for the last 10 years on my own, just by my own personal choice. And I do Tiny Turd now too. So I don't want you guys thinking I'm professional and I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just winging it, and that's what I'm suggesting to you guys since we can't get to our groomers. And to any of the groomers that are watching this, thank you very much for everything you do. I know your job is very tedious, and I'm not trying to steal your thunder or say I know anything, but I'm just trying to show people what I do to keep my dogs neat and tidy, especially if you can't get your dog to a professional groomer. So I hope this helps, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and maybe you'll bond with your dogs over this. I don't know. This is what we do. I'm gonna show you what tools we use. So we use this slicker comb, and it's very sharp, so you kind of want to be mindful about how much pressure that you are applying to your dog when you're brushing him. And it is good for breaking up mats though, and as you can see, there's a bit of fur in here, and that's because I've already given Charlie a bit of a rough brush. And yeah, so these are all the tools. I usually lay them all out. Careful, Charlie. Come here, baby. I have scissors that are rounded, as you can see. Round scissors. I don't know if this helps. I don't know why this won't turn around. But anyways, okay, so, sorry. Scissors, round scissors. As you can see, these have a curve. These are absolutely fantastic for shaping your dog's face. And I also use them for doing the legs. But you can also have the straight scissors. These are straight. To do their legs. Legs are the most tedious part, I find. But you get a really nice shape from these scissors, so they are absolutely essential. I started using them about 5 years ago, and I would never go back to not. So also you're gonna have your clipper. Unfortunately, mine is pretty loud and it's vibrating, but it was a heavy duty because once upon a time I was planning on doing this for fun as a side business, but it didn't really go anywhere. But anyway, so I'm gonna be using my clipper, and for today's cut I'm going to do the quarter cut, a puppy cut, which is, I don't think you can see it on there. Anyways, it's 1/4. I might try 1/16 to see how it is, but typically I usually stick with a quarter cut because it is easiest. So, and it's a good length, and you can just keep cutting it down until you get the length that you want, and you can't really go wrong where they're gonna be shaved bald. But quarter is usually what I use for spring, fall, and winter. As you know, these guys, their fur grows out really quickly. And of course, if you do get a good clipping set, make sure it comes with oil, because you're going to want to oil it to keep the blade cool. It gets pretty warm, and you don't want that coming in contact with your doodle because it's pretty hot, and I wouldn't want to get my hair cut with something that's giving off quite the heat. So, and it makes your blades last longer. So if you end up purchasing one of these things, Oster is a great brand. I've had this for a long time. It does the job. So let's get started. I'm just gonna put you guys back over here. Jerbo, are you ready? This is Charles. He's my little superstar. He's 10 years old, and I'm gonna give him a rough brushing and then a rough cut, and then you guys can see how it's done, and I'm gonna give him a bath. When bathing your doodles, only because I believe they should be treated like royalty, you always want to be careful of how hot the water is. I just treat them as if they were babies. So you don't want it too hot, you don't want it too cold. I don't think they're gonna mind if it is on the colder side, but safety first and comfort first for these amazing creatures. As you can see, Charlie is quite tired. He was rolling in something at the park, so we've got extra stuff to brush and groom out of him today. So I'll show you how we do it. Here, Charlie, come. Come here. Come here. Yes, you're a good boy. Come on. We're gonna brush you. So typically you want to start from head to tail, or that's what I do, is I start from head to tail. And then you kind of do it in sections. So this is an opportunity for you to feel up your dog, check for any abnormalities or skin conditions, and just give them a good pat down and tell them how special they are. Because you're so special. Who's a good boy? Ugh, there's something gross on him and I touched it. Anyway, so we're going to start from the top of the head to the back. And if you find any mats while you are doing the brushing, that's the time to remove them. Just because it's better to get rid of them before you start cutting as opposed to while you're cutting, because then they get caught in the clippers and we don't want that because you don't want to pull the dog's hair. Nobody wants their hair pulled. So I do the top and then I do the shoulders. And I don't know about you guys, but I find with these guys that when they are shedding and they mat like that, the hair usually migrates this way, so there's a lot of mats under the ears, and you might find in the armpits and the chest. So you want to remove any of those if you see them, and just give them a good brushing. So I do the chest, and then I'll do the other shoulder. Lord have mercy. I'm going to do the trunk. And there you have it, dog brushed. So I'm gonna oil up my clippers. You just add a little strip, turn it on so it moves around. And then you're going to grab your attachment. And typically what I do when I'm rough cutting is I start here just the same as if I was brushing. I'm going to start this way, and then you're going to want to go with the hair. You'll kind of just get a feel for it. I always try and do the legs last and the face. So you're going to do the back, the trunk, which usually I just go with the flow of hair. So as I said, I'll go this way and then down and down and sideways. Like Charlie has hair that's going this way, and I don't know if that's normal or not, but go with whichever way your doodle's hair is going. So let's cut. And you might find if your dog is like squirming and whatnot, to put your hand underneath. Unfortunately, I don't have any other place to do my doodle, so I have to use my dining table. I put down a mat. A bathtub mat or a yoga mat is a great item to put down to keep them from shuffling around and moving, and it's very sturdy and gives them some grip on their paws. So I'm just using a tablecloth cover because I just find it's easy to fold that up and shake it out, and then I do a very thorough cleaning once we're done. So, are you smiling? We'll continue on. This is just a rough cut before his bath. He's really dirty, so I'm hoping we don't have any issues here. But I'm gonna do the rough cut and then we blow dry and we will see how he looks and tidy him up after that. So now I've done his back, I'm gonna do this side. I do one side at a time, I just find it's easier. And you go down to about here, I find, is easier. Everybody's closing? It's close to the edge there, buddy. Thank you. Good boy. You're a good boy. You want to talk to your dog a lot while you're doing this because it really, I think it calms them. And they really like the attention because we all know these guys are attention whores. Okay, so then you're just gonna do the same thing on the other side. Save the face for last, after he's dry and fluffed and clean. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will make the second one for you shortly. Stay tuned.